It's not the first we've experienced. If we cast our mind back to 1984, we had one in Ijebu-Ode, and quite recently we had one in Koi in Kaduna State. But what are really earthquakes? Basically, earthquakes are ground movements responding to accumulation of stress. And when the stress becomes much higher than the strength of the rock, it ruptures. And that process of rupturing sends waves along the earth crust. And that is what results in the vibration, which we call earth tremor or earthquake. Most of the earthquakes we have in Nigeria do not occur along the plate boundaries. They are intra-plate tectonics. And that is why it has been a puzzle to a lot of geoscientists. So when we got the report of the earth tremors in Mpape, I think on the 5th, we dispatched geologists and geophysicists on a fact-finding. What actually is the cause of this? We interviewed the residents to find out the intensity of the vibration, because we generally classify earth tremors or earthquakes in terms of either the intensity or the magnitude. There are certain parameters that enable us to define the degree of intensity. For instance, when they went, they did not witness any cracks on the walls of the building. They did not witness cracks on the ground. So, which means technically, it's an earth tremor of relatively low intensity. Now, we came back and did a lot of studies, because earthquakes, like I said, usually follow areas of weakness or what we call fractures or faults. Now, we have conducted airborne magnetic survey of the whole country. And using the airborne magnetic survey, we can establish zones of fractures and zones of weaknesses. So based on the location of Mpape and environs vis-a-vis the zones of weakness, you can understand that that area has predisposition to having the kind of earth tremor. People are still in the field, because it's not what you establish 1 day or 2 days field work. So they are in the field right now, taking measurements and getting more information that will enable us know the focal point, that is the origin of this earthquake. Because the fact that we experience it at Mpape does not necessarily mean that the origin is at Mpape. It may have been triggered elsewhere, but because of the relative weakness around Mpape, that's why we are feeling it around that area. And the present administration has done so much in terms of assisting the agency in its mandate of generating geoscience data. So recently we acquired some 6 sets of seismic monitoring or earthquake monitoring equipment. We are presently in the process of deploying them in different zones of the country, determined by the geology, of course. In Kaduna, in Abuja, in Yola, in Bador, Calabar, and Oka. So definitely by the time these equipments are deployed, it will give us quick information as to where probably you could have this kind of event, so that you warn people beforehand, even before it occurs. Before you build heavy structures like dams or high-rise or even roads, you need to establish the structural integrity of where you are founding your structures. They to a large extent reduce the problem of safety among the citizenry. And it's at this point, definitely, that I want to advise people that there is absolutely no cause for alarm. Like I said before, Nigeria is not situated at the plate boundary. So the tendency or the propensity to have these violent earthquakes is very, very minimal. We have over the years experienced minor tremors, which is gradual shaking of the ground, and of course, vibration of the building. And it's advised that once you start noticing, you move out of your house, because you can never underestimate how the structure can be compromised and it could collapse. So the first thing you do is to run out to the field, then monitor whatever progress in terms of the activities before you know what next to do. Presently, we are collecting more data. We are going to collect random gas emissions. This helps us equally in monitoring earthquake. We are going to test the water. We are going to do some seismic equally to determine the fractures that are not obvious from the aeromagnetic map. And this will definitely help us in determining the true cause of this phenomenon. And of course, I want to seize the opportunity to thank the President, Muhammad Buhari, for being desirous of ensuring the safety of Nigerians by making the Nigerian Geological Survey acquire the equipment that will soon install for earthquake monitoring. I think on this note, we also solicit for increased funding for the agency to enable her fulfill her mandate. So I thank you.